This is the Washington Times front page for Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has rejected 2 Republican picks for the select committee that will investigate the January 6th riot by Trump supporters at the U.S. Capitol, citing concerns about the impact their appointments may have on the integrity of the investigation. Seth MacLachlan reports Pelosi rejected the picks of Indiana Congressman Jim Banks and Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan by House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy for fear they would undermine the probe. Both members voted against certifying the results of the 2020 general election. In response, McCarthy has threatened to pull all 5 of his appointees to the committee, calling Pelosi's move an abuse of power. McCarthy said House Republicans would carry out their own investigation and focus on why the U.S. Capitol was ill-prepared for the attack, even though nearly all of them voted against the creation of the special committee and a prior effort for a joint House and Senate commission to study the attack. On the other side of Capitol Hill, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's motion to begin debate on the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package was defeated by a Republican filibuster. The deal, which is the product of a bipartisan mix of 10 moderate lawmakers, has significant support, according to our congressional reporter Harris Alec. Under normal circumstances, the package should have received enough support from Republicans to overcome a filibuster. But Schumer attempted to rush a vote on cloture, the Senate's way to end debate, before the text of the bill was available for members to read. A select group of moderates from both parties has been attempting to finalize the package's text and details, but hadn't done so before Schumer scheduled the vote. A particular sticking point has been on how to finance all of the construction projects planned without raising taxes. The bipartisan group of senators has proposed that more than $570 billion of the overall package come from new revenue, and the rest from repurposed coronavirus relief funds. Rogue governments are increasingly outsourcing cyberattacks to internet-based criminals to wreak havoc on the U.S. and other nations around the world. Ryan Lovelace reports China, Iran, Russia, and other foreign adversaries have contracted with hackers, deployed sophisticated spyware technology, and used social media platforms as tools to facilitate espionage. The outsourcing of these attacks isn't limited to government spotting skilled hackers or commercial businesses. In some instances, authoritarian regimes rely on off-the-shelf tools and technology to monitor and disrupt their targets. A senior Biden administration official said federal agents are watching the dark web to better understand cyber criminals' activity. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. Don't have access to the Times yet? Visit WashingtonTimes.com/George and get 25% off your annual subscription. Back to Capitol Hill, Carrie Murakami looks at a proposal from California Congresswoman Maxine Waters to provide federal aid to first-time homeowners for down payment. Waters says she'd like the federal government to give $20,000 grants for down payments to people if neither they nor their parents own a home. The proposal is included in the $3.5 trillion human infrastructure package being debated in Congress. Housing advocates say that would deal with the inequality that white people are far more likely to own homes than black people and other minorities. But critics have focused on a part of the plan that would make an additional $5,000 available to members of a socially disadvantaged group. Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee ranking member Pat Toomey says the plan is a form of reverse racism. And finally, in another installment of the Big Talk series, James Varney talks with Heather Wilson and Jacob Wells. The sister and brother tandem are the creators of the crowdfunding platform Give, Send, Go, where donors give what they can to causes or people they support. They bill themselves as the top Christian crowdfunding site. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or the Washington Times app, and subscribe for free to the Front Page podcast. Just search Washington Times on your favorite podcast platforms. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.